guys, gals, and non-binary pals, Jim Potter here. Welcome to my channel where I review books and bookish things. I try to upload on Thursdays and alternating Tuesdays. And since it's the end of the year, I thought we would go over the top 10 best books I read this list. So let's get into it. So coming in at number 10, we have Financial Feminist by Tori Dunlap. This book came out in 2022. It has a 4.14 on Goodreads, and it's got some really great financial advice that teaches rather than lectures. She doesn't treat you like you're an idiot. She assumes you know what she's talking about, but explains it just in case, which is a very refreshing point of view for finances. At number 9, we have The Fall of the House of Usher by Edgar Allan Poe. This one has a 3.89 on Goodreads. I listened to it in audiobook format while I was dog sitting, and it was amazing. It was atmospheric and chilling. Master of Gothic fiction, Edgar Allan Poe weaves a very compelling story. And yeah, it was great. I listened to it a week before Halloween, and it was just really, really good. I had meant to review it on the channel and really get into like a deep dive on the literary devices and things, but I kind of ran out of time this year. At number 8, we have I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. This one has a 4.48. It is biting and witty and equal parts sardonic and sincere. It's a memoir, but it's also kind of a cautionary tale of the real monsters and finding hope in despairing times. It's really good. I highly recommend it. Number 7 is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. This one has a 4.29 on Goodreads, and I'll link my review up above, but as I said in that review, this one is a spectacle for the mind and a feast for the imagination. It is utterly wonderful. As you can see, I am a Tolkien fan. I have my books on this side. I have some Hobbit and Lord of the Rings memorabilia on this side. I have more in my living room. I love Tolkien. I love Lord of the Rings, but I especially love The Hobbit. For number 6, we have Mexican Gothic, which is right here behind me. This one has a 3.68 on Goodreads at the time of filming this. It's a modern take on Gothic literature. It's set in 1950s Mexico. The book delivers in a way that only Silvia Moreno Garcia could. The twist is telegraphed in the most basic way throughout the whole book, and it still comes as a gut punch surprise at the end. It's chilling, it's interesting, it's just really, really good. Cannot recommend this one more. Number 5 is The Love Hypothesis by Allie Hazelwood. This is her debut book. It has a 4.17 on Goodreads, which is really, really good. I have it down here behind me. Squee-inducing. It gets rather spicy in the best possible way. And as with every romance book, it's not the spice that gets to you, it's the fluff. Then at number 4, we have The Two Towers by J.R.R. Tolkien. This one has a 4.48 on Goodreads. It is my favorite of the Lord of the Rings books. It has the most growth and development and meat and potatoes of a story for it, and I just utterly fantastic. It's the one I've read the most after The Hobbit. The Hobbit I've read probably the most number of times, but for the Lord of the Rings trilogy, it's gonna be The Two Towers, because it's got the most meat to it. It's got the most you can sink your teeth into. At number 3, we have The Black Flamingo by Dean Atta. This one has a 4.36 on Goodreads. I will have a review of this one coming out on January 4th. It's powerful, it's moving, it's a novel told in Maya Angelou-esque poetry about being a queer black, half Greek Cypriot teen in London and finding out who you are and where you fit in when you don't feel like you fit anywhere, and finding that place where you can belong. Coming in at number 2, we have Iron Widow by Jiren J. Zhao. This one has a 4.09 on Goodreads. I'll link it up above. This one is a mech suits modern historical fiction. It's a retelling of China's first and only female emperor, and the twist is so good. This is one, I saw her TikTok. She says that she didn't feel like including white people in the book because she didn't feel like they added to the story, which if I had a nickel for every time I heard a white author say the same thing about people of color. She also resolves the love triangle with polyamory, and that's a mild spoiler, but there are much bigger spoilers at hand. So, fantastic book. Heavenly Tyrant is coming out in 2024. I will be reviewing that one as soon as it comes out. I will be listening to it again on audiobook because the names are Chinese and I'd like to try to be respectful with pronouncing the names. Before we get to number 1, I wanted to go over 2 honorable mentions. These ones were number 11 and 12, but I feel like they were so good I had to mention them. First honorable mention is for Silver Nitrate, also by Silvia Moreno Garcia. This one has a 3.65 on Goodreads, and I feel like that is robbing it. It is, for me, a solid 5 stars. I got this one as an advanced reader copy in exchange for my honest review, and it's set in 90s Mexico City, and it deals with Silver Nitrate film, like old school Silver Age of Hollywood, literally, film, and Nazi occultism. And it got me reading more works by the author. Like, I love any book that invites me to read more from an author. This one is fantastic. It's really good. I just think Mexican Gothic is better. And then we also have honorable mention to Horror Store by Grady Hendrix. This one has a 3.66 on Goodreads. And essentially, it's an evil IKEA that may well be the gateway to hell. It makes an IKEA big warehouse box store feel claustrophobic, and the ability to do that is just impressive, honestly. And now, without further ado, we will get to number 1, which is Starter Villain by John Scalzi, who didn't see that coming. It has a 4.24 on Goodreads. This book is amazing. I've been telling everybody I know who reads to read this book because, mild spoilers, but also not really, cats and labor unions saved the day, and that is just wonderful. I love the idea that cats and labor unions saved the day. He wrote this one during the pandemic. He was actually sick with COVID while he was writing it, which delayed it. He dedicated it to his cats. John Scalzi, of course, has cats, and this book is dedicated to his cats. His cat characters are very cat-like. I don't want to say any more than that because I can't without spoiling it, but it's so good. Those are the 10 best books I read in 2023. Did you read any of these ones? Did you read along with me after my recommendations? What is the best book you read this year? I would love to know. Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.